Bill, just getting started with your surgery. So this is the scope in your shoulder joint. This is the glenoid, or the socket, down below us, and the humeral head or ball above us. You can see that the smooth stuff to the top right is articular cartilage that looks pretty healthy, and then this is damaged articular cartilage, sort of pre-arthritis. The word that we use is chondrosis, so breaking down articular cartilage. In your shoulder joint, there's 4 rotator cuff tendons. That's subscapularis right there. This is your biceps tendon. We don't consider it a rotator cuff tendon, but that's biceps tendonitis right there. And then this is the undersurface of your supraspinatus tendon right here. A little tiny bit of partial thickness tearing. Infraspinatus tendon is right here. And the infraspinatus tendon actually looks normal. And then teres minor is all the way down the bottom, capsular insertion. The labrum is this O-ring of tissue, and the labrum in your shoulder is shredded kind of all the way around. There's an awful lot of inflammatory tissue. I mean, this should be white and smooth. Red is bad. Red hurts. So a tremendous amount of inflammation coming from this part of your shoulder. What I'm going to do is sneak in here in the front, right in this place. We call this the interval. I'll sneak in here, make a portal, and come in with a shaver, and we'll start cleaning up and then see what we can. So this is just sneaking in your shoulder with our shaver, and what we'll want to do is essentially every place that we can do a little bit of cleanup work. This is that area of bicep tendonitis. It's not, this area of damaged tendon in your shoulder isn't deep. And then this is down in the socket. This is the superior labrum right here. And the superior labrum cleans up very easily. And then this is, peeking over towards the posterior labrum. Then this is this inflammatory tissue. So your shoulder is really, really, really inflamed in the back. And this is bare bone right here. When you see this, these are areas of where there's no cartilage left on the bone. And then this is going to be sneaking around to the front of your shoulder. So Bill, we've cleaned this all up. Go ahead and lift up the bulb up. This is called drive-through sign. We should never be able to take the scope and go right through your shoulder like that. That's arthroscopic proof of looseness in your shoulder. And I think what's going on is that you're developing this arthritis in your shoulder because it slides out of place. And your labrum really isn't above the level of the equator or above the level of the glenoid. So what we've been doing the last couple of years when we see a shoulder like yours is a labral repair. Where this labrum is torn away, especially right in here and then less so down here, we can actually repair this labrum, sew it back to bone, cover the bare bone areas, and hold the shaver. And it seems to work. We'll have you do a lot of physical therapy to get your motion back because we don't want to make a stiff shoulder, but it seems to really make a difference for people and make them feel dramatically better. This was that red spot. I just couldn't stand it. It looked like it hurt too much. So, and this is red inflamed synovium. And it'll come back. The synovial inflammation will come back. But whenever we look in a guy's shoulder and we see these huge major areas or major fronds of inflammatory synovial tissue, we clean those guys out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do next is put in little plastic tubes or cannulas in your shoulder. We'll look at your shoulder from both sides, front and back, and then we'll look at what it's going to take to make this thing